Hi, my name is Logan Vigdrov, and I'll be answering the question, how are Jewish stereotypes portrayed in the news and media? There are four main Jewish stereotypes. There are many others, but these are the four main ones. There's first is the good Jewish boy, which is usually nerdy, smart, but socially awkward human being that is usually attached to their mother, and they're always in need of support and approval no matter what they do, no matter how old they get, and they always have a good amount of money in their job, whether a doctor, a lawyer, or anything else. There's the money hoarder, which always has a lot of money, but they can never spend any of it. They always save all of it, and it's always the biggest thing in their life, and they can't live without it. There's the victim, which is usually the butt of all jokes, and they're always cast away from society, and they tend to be awkward and lonely, small and scrawny, and they let people walk over them. And then there's a clown who always loves to pop jokes and be the comedian in any room they walk into. They're always quick and witty, but sometimes they're a little too funny. First, the good Jewish boy is in Big Bang Theory. Howard Wolowitz is attached to his mom and still lives with him even though he's an adult. And here's a clip. So in this clip, Howard says that he's 23, he's a grown man, he has a degree, but he still lives with his mother. They still have that uh, unhealthy attachment to each other. Even though he makes good money, has a good job, he still lives with his mother, which is commonly portrayed as a stereotype in media. Next stereotype is the money hoarder, and this is Family Guy. Mort, who is a Jew, and when presented with a situation, he puts his money before his life. In this clip, Mort is presented with a situation where there's a mob, and he doesn't have a normal reaction like anybody else who would find out what's wrong or see if their family's gonna be okay. He went straight to his valuables and went straight to the bank. And there actually ended up being two other Jews there who did the same thing. And this is a stereotype that's commonly portrayed in the media, with Jews, just always focused on their money. Next one is Jesse Eisenberg, who is a victim. This is usually the scrawny person in society who always gets walked over. In this clip, you can see the small scrawny guy. This is actually to his conscious, and the small scrawny guy doesn't get what he wants. He always gets walked over. But the guy who, says who he wants gets what he wants. And so that's the stereotype of, the Jews who are always small and scrawny. They get walked over and they don't get what they want. Finally, Seinfeld, big known comedian that's Jewish, and this is a clip. Oh, sorry, I'm going backwards. In this clip, Jerry Seinfeld, he's clearly in a tough situation with the dentist. The dentist is unhappy with him, and even though he's being hurt, Jerry Seinfeld still decides to make a joke because that's how he deals with situations, and that's the stereotype that is portrayed for Jews as the clown. Now, when it comes to audience and purpose with the IB Big Five, all the clips were targeted to an audience who is willing to laugh and is okay with stereotypes. And the authors use the stereotypes to cover, or they use humor to cover up the stereotypes so that people don't get offended by it. It could be anywhere from 16 with Family Guy to 50 with Seinfeld. And according to Scott Adams, they use humor that is both clever and recognizable in order to have the jokes land. Content and theme, all four of these clips are relating to one of Will Lunt's rules. Big Bang Theory has Rule 5, which is credibility. The way they yell at each other and have their interactions is very credible and is easy for people to laugh at. In Family Guy, they use repetition when the Jews meet at the bank and he repeats what Mort says. It tends to evoke humor. In The Double, with brevity, the short sentences between the actors and all the interactions helps the audience stay connected and stay engaged into the joke, and so that doesn't lose comedic value. And finally, in Seinfeld, the author uses context because the dentist knows about Seinfeld's joke about the dentists earlier, and he presents it into the situation. All three of the clips have a lighthearted mood, but The Double has a darker, more tense mood and tone. It takes a darker kind of humor to understand because it's a more real-life situation that people face, and he's being treated badly by a person, which not a lot of people want to see, but when you overlay that with stereotypes and humor, it tends to become a more laughable situation. And so it provides a way at handling the situation and digging deep into societal issues and real-world problems faced by people, hinting at the struggle of living with something such as anxiety. Stylistic devices, the four clips use language falling under the category of rule number 1, Lunt's words that work. Simplicity, they all use simple words so that the jokes are easily understandable and so that everybody can enjoy the jokes and identify the stereotypes in order to understand the jokes. Finally, they're all organized with a main character who is going through a situation, the main Jewish character is going through a situation, and they all are confronted with their stereotypical societal expectations, and they all have jokes they all lead up to a punchline or that refer to Judaism. And here are my sources. Thank you for watching.